Hello students, today we will study a second type of voltage regulator, that is a transistorized regulator. In transistorized regulators, transistors are used. Transistors are used and these transistors are voltage regulators. Okay, an unregulated DC output voltage from a rectifier circuit, that is a full wave bridge rectifier circuit or center tap full wave rectifier circuit. It is with filter, the rectifier circuit with filter, and the output of the filter circuit is then applied to the input of this voltage regulator. Okay, and this voltage regulator then regulates the DC voltage, that is, it keeps the output voltage constant irrespective of changes in input voltage or changes in load current. In this circuit, transistor Q1, it is used in uh, active region. Transistor Q1 is used in active region. So we know that transistor can be operated in three states, where transistor can be operated in three states. In saturation state, uh, its collector current is maximum and it just acts as a closed switch because its collector current is maximum, and the VCE drop, collector to emitter voltage drop across the transistor is uh, 0. VCE is equal to 0 and IC, that is collector current, is maximum in saturation state of transistor. Now in cutoff state, transistor acts as an open switch, just like open switch, that is, it does not allow to pass current through it. It acts as an open switch, and the collector to emitter voltage VCE, that is the collector to emitter voltage between collector and emitter, is nearly equal to VCC when transistor is in cutoff state. Now here in this circuit, transistor Q1 is operated in active region and it is a common base amplifier. It is used as a common base amplifier, CB, that is common base amplifier, and it is also called as an error amplifier. It is also called as an error amplifier when the feedback voltage is applied to the base of this transistor. Feedback voltage is applied to the base of transistor Q1. Okay, then transistor Q2, it is in series with this load. The transistor Q2 is in series with load resistance RL. So this transistor is also called as a series pass element or series pass transistor. This transistor Q2 is called as series pass transistor because this transistor is in series with load resistance RL, and all load current passes through this transistor. All load, because it is in series with RL, so full load current passes through this transistor and it handles a large amount of current. So here this transistor Q2 is always a power transistor, and heat sink is required for this transistor to remove the excess heat. Now, because power is dissipated in transistor Q2, and this power, since large power is dissipated to this transistor, uh, therefore heat sink is required, and PD, that is the power dissipation, PD is equal to VCE into IC. VCE means voltage between collector and emitter, voltage drop across collector and emitter, it is called as VCE. So PD is equal to, PD means power dissipation, power dissipated in this transistor Q2, that is PD is equal to VCE into IC. Okay, and this transistor Q2 is also called as emitter follower. It is also called as an emitter follower. Okay, now the two resistors R1 and R2, these resistors are in series. These resistors are connected in series, and the purpose of these resistors connected in series is also called as, this two resistors are in series. This is called as voltage divider. And this branch is called as voltage divider. So R1 and R2, which are connected in series, forms a voltage divider, and this voltage divider provides feedback voltage to the base of this transistor Q1. Okay, now suddenly if the input voltage increases accidentally, or uh, suddenly if input voltage increases, then output voltage tries to increase, and since when output voltage tries to increase, then this voltage divider samples this voltage and provides a feedback voltage to the base of this transistor Q1. So base voltage of transistor Q1 increases. The base voltage of transistor Q1 increases. Therefore, since base voltage increases, then this transistor, then collector voltage of transistor Q1 decreases, because this transistor conducts, uh, since transistor conducts fully, then its collector voltage decreases. Since collector voltage decreases, because base voltage of transistor Q1 increases, that is VB1 increases, therefore VC1 decreases. VB1 means base voltage of transistor Q1. It is called as VB1. So when VB1 increases, then its VC1 decreases. So when VB1 increases, VC1 decreases, that is collector voltage of transistor Q1 decreases, and since collector voltage decreases, then base voltage of Q2 also decreases, because collector terminal is directly connected to base of transistor Q2. So since VC1 or collector voltage of transistor Q1 decreases, then base voltage of transistor Q2 also decreases, and since base voltage of Q2 decreases, then the VCE increases, that is voltage across collector and emitter of transistor Q2 increases, and since VCE increases, then automatically the output voltage decreases, because this transistor is in series with RL. So since VCE increases, the voltage across RL decreases, and it is set to the its normal value. It is set to the its uh, original voltage value. Okay. Now suddenly if the input voltage decreases, then output voltage tries to decrease, then feedback voltage of transistor Q1 decreases, that is the base voltage of transistor Q1 decreases. This feedback voltage is applied to base of transistor Q1, therefore the feedback voltage uh, decreases, that is the base voltage of transistor Q1 decreases, therefore the collector voltage of Q1 increases. Since collector voltage increases, then the base voltage of Q2 also increases. Therefore, since base voltage of Q2 increases, therefore VCE decreases. VCE, that is voltage between collector and emitter of transistor Q2 increases, and since uh, VCE increases, then since VCE decreases, then the voltage across RL increases. Okay, as base voltage decreases, Therefore, collector voltage increases. Since collector voltage of transistor Q1 increases, base voltage of Q2 also increases. Therefore, VCE decreases, and therefore the output voltage increases, and it is set to the its original or its previous uh, output voltage, it is set to the its previous value. Okay, now here the feedback voltage Vf is given by the equation Vf is equal to Vz, Vz plus Vbe, that is voltage between base and emitter of Q1. Vbe plus Vz is equal to Vf. This Vf is divided in two portions across two sections. Vf is equal to Vbe, that is voltage between emitter and base. Vbe, voltage between emitter and base. Vbe plus Vz is equal to Vf. So Vf is equal to Vz plus Vbe, that is voltage across base and emitter of Q1, Vbe, and that is equal to beta into Vout, where beta is called as feedback fraction. Beta is called as feedback fraction. So from this equation, Vout is equal to Vout, that is output voltage, is equal to Vz plus Vbe divided by beta. Vz plus Vbe divided by beta, where beta is called as feedback fraction, and beta is equal to R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Feedback fraction beta is equal to R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Okay, so here Vout is equal to Vz plus Vbe divided by beta, but 1 upon beta is equal to ACL, that is closed loop gain. ACL means closed loop gain of amplifier. Okay, so since 1 upon beta is equal to ACL, therefore Vout is equal to ACL in bracket Vz plus Vbe. Okay, now what is power dissipation? So the emitter follower transistor Q2, it is in series with load resistance RL, and therefore it is also called as series pass element. Transistor Q2 is also called as transistor Q2. It is an emitter follower. Transistor Q2 is an emitter follower. It is in series with load resistance RL. So it is also called as series pass element. Okay, and since full load current passes through this transistor Q2, and when the load current is large, or when load current is heavy, or when load current is in large amount, therefore large current flows through this transistor Q2, and therefore the transistor gets heated. So to remove this excess heat from this transistor, heat sink is required, or fans are required. Fans or heat sink is required to protect this transistor. Okay, so the power dissipation PD is equal to VCE into IC, because P is equal to V into I. So PD, that is power dissipation, is equal to VCE into IC. Okay, so we will stop here.